Hello, everybody. Kingwood Media Police Crimes Report 6 years torture. I am Christopher Wood. I have a feeling this is probably going to be blocked out because I still have Pegasus being used on my phone and my computer by a certain person, whether around or not. I am just giving a quick update as to what's been going on with me for anybody that's been paying attention and following. I am a 6 year revenge retaliation victim of very seriously dangerous police, criminal doctors, and junkie accomplices. I spoke their human trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, and possible money laundering out of the Morning Star mission, August 6, 2019, on the corner of Highway 41, Center Street and Bridge Street at the intersection. Ex-O.p.p chief or commander went by driving a white Jeep Wrangler. He waved at me. I waved back. Black truck pulled up beside him, pointed something, shot it, went into my right ear. Whatever it was started moving through my head from my ear to my occipital lobe. I was getting burning, electric shocking. Blood vessels were being burned out, and my skull invasively internally split into sections while I was going through 100% provable identity changes that were being done to me. Slave torture, identity theft with the intent to commit identity fraud. My mother, a 77-year-old woman, was stalked, tortured, and her life was taken. Two of my dog's lives were taken. Medical file falsifications, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, to assure I get no medical help for treatment refusals, discrimination, blacklisting. She is guilty of first-degree premeditated attempted homicide with intent to commit through the file falsifications for the treatment refusals and blacklisting with the intent to commit and cover up homicide, torture, full identity theft. I had no criminal record or history, no association with any police prior to me naming the crimes that they are guilty of for the past 6 years. I am being seriously brain injured. I body mutilations. I go through daily piss and shit torture that goes through my head. I have holes in my head. I have tubes over my head that where the piss and shit go. I have now what feels like a steel plate over top of my head in my skull. What the fuck exactly did you shoot into me? And what exactly are you trying to turn me into, a fuck toy robot? My hearing I is also controlled. I will put something that's electronic over my ears, and all I will hear is buzzing like a motorcycle. So that's also being blocked out too. I am also the end of my bloodline. Two people that are involved are actually extended family members, cousins, speedheads, very seriously dangerous and sadistic, guilty of also crimes against me in Winnipeg, Manitoba as a child. Accomplices with Ontario provincial police. I'm going to name the guilty cops and the human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking cops above laws who are a threat and danger to society, especially poor, elderly, homeless, disabled. They have no care or concern for life. They have shown it, they have proven it. Two people who are guilty of stalking, torturing, and causing my mother's death December 20th, 2020, done with intent through Spencer Mills 14716 and Stacy, a Kingston mental health worker, AMHS. She is also the girlfriend to Dr. in Napanee who falsified my medical file for the treatment refusals, discrimination, and blacklisting, which happened November 19th, 2019, after a CAT scan appointment. But accomplices who are guilty of having my mother stalked, tortured, and her life taken, and I talked about it, said what was going to happen, and by whom and how, and it did. Blair Hardy Kane, alleged O.p.p supervisor, or Blair Kane Hardy, and a guy known as Bill Waldridge, also goes by Bill Coolidge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Maven, Robert Cross, and probably many others. Bald, glasses, approximately 65 to 70, thinks he and I were switched at birth, believes he is my dad when I am 53, and was calling my mother mom. There is Robert Barry, Bert Hustler, Tyler Lake, who is the lover boyfriend to Robert Kane, O.p.p drug cop, Jason Van Alstyne, Raymond LeBlanc, Harry Hartwick, which is my cousin, Dale Hartwick, which is his nephew, my other cousin, and he personally told me of his this. Tony Anthony, Axel Rose Hearns, and there is others who are involved, but I am under gag order threats and death threats as well. I'm no longer under forced confinement, but I am still under death threats, which will put my wife, who we are no longer together, in harm, and my nephew as well, who is under death threats. Intimidations, obstructions, gag orders to prevent any help and proof, especially medically. I wouldn't be able to get it anyway. I have no medical rights in Ontario, and O.p.p have assured that, and so has Dr. Tatiana Vakatinovic. Every single place I have went, hospital I have went, KGH, Belleville, being falsely charged through Lennox and Addington County General Hospital in an attempt to try to turn this around back on me, trying to make it look like a psychological thing when it has absolutely nothing to do with it. Little part of their gaslighting to get away with it in their attempt to get away with the crimes they are guilty of against me, treating me like shit or just wasn't treating me at all, name calling, belittling me, putting me in rooms. And then when I was getting up and walking out, they were making it look like I was there to cause problems and refusing their help and treatment. And that wasn't the case in any way, shape, or form. Not having to prove a fucking thing. Being falsely arrested and charged through the Justice of Peace the second time, also in the rest of them, in an attempt to get out of being named for crimes against me, threats, intimidations, accusations, obstructions, accusing me of being high on marijuana and hallucinating, being sodomized. No matter what I've been able to show, no matter what I have been able to prove, all my rights have been taken. Take that into consideration for anybody that may see this. And the only thing I did was speak police crimes. No criminal record or history, no association prior to me speaking of what has taken place and crimes against me, especially for the past 6 years, by whom, how, and why. No psychological association, shrinks, or mental health either. Had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot. I was starting to do good for myself mentally and physically. And yes, everything I have said internally can be proven. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body. My right lung has been completely and totally screwed. I get a tube that shows and it bulges up in my throat. It goes to the back of my neck to a spot on the back of my head that I've had since I was shot, where I get the air, the piss, and the shit going through me. I get serious hypoxia on a daily basis to numb me down, plus the pissing from the piss and shit. In hopes I forget about this, in hopes that I will not be talking about it no more, wanting, arresting, and charging. That's not going to happen because it's a police crime, and I do not have $22,000 when they commit their crimes and they want their identity thefts and frauds for their junkies and their homicides for revenge. They assure they get them around Napanee and areas with other police involved. It is very serious. How many others has this been done to? Once again, you are guilty of ending a wood bloodline by doing this to me, you murdering low-life terrorist. You have no care or concern for poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, or life in any way, shape, or form. You are not public servants. You work for yourself and your criminal, low-life pieces of shit who are all registered sex offenders and drug trafficking, low-life scum with and for police, low-life, very dangerous fucking scum and very serious criminal doctors. This is October 3rd, 2025. 6 years of going through this, and the full right side of my head and my face is completely and totally gone. All it would take would be an MRI or other brainwave scan done or something. Luckily, I do not have that right. Once again, I am Christopher Wood. I am 53 years old, and Ontario Provincial Police and their low-life accomplices are guilty of first-degree homicides and attempted homicides. If they can do this to me, how many others has it been done to? Families of murdered and missing. I would seriously check the police to make sure they're not involved. Be safe, everybody. Harry Hartwig, Dale Hartwig, Tony Hearns, Raymond LeBlanc, the rest of you pieces of shit, and the ones who are guilty of very serious obstructions and threats to prevent and stop me from proof of this. Even, like, what the fuck? I hope you're happy with what you've done. You ended a bloodline and all to collect fucking ODSP and for very seriously dangerous cops to commit homicide against me and their doctors to cover it up. So, once again, how many others?